So you're currently teaching.
Yeah, I do teach at the university, which like there are blocks of teaching. So my learning unit is over for this semester, and I'm gonna teach in September or October again. So it's yeah, always a month or two of teaching, and between that, other things to do.
Do you use like a lot of what you learn in school, or do you is it because I'm wondering like how much of it is like natural talent or having your own um
Well, no, I think it's experience. It's not natural talent, I guess.
mhm,
But I can't tell.
mhm.
I think it's could be both, maybe. But in fact, I guess it's the real interest in it. So yeah, when you really want it, when you're really passionate about it, then this is the thing that looks like talent.
Mhm.
But yeah, you're very into it, so you keep working on it. So yeah, it develops a bit. So
Okay, so do you well, I don't know. I have to ask because there's someone that I see on Instagram. We went on. I met her once,
mhm.
and then we followed each other on Instagram. And I think she takes these amazing photos, and I think she's doing it with her phone. And I'm like, how I don't even know how
Yeah,
you pick like oh and I like just I see something there and then I
yeah.
take this picture and then I mean because I take the worst photos ever on either side of the camera. Like if I'm in the picture it's horrible, if I'm taking the picture it's horrible. But see
Yeah, I
she
think you're just critical.
oh
People are very critical with
my
themselves. That's
god.
why.
No.
Because everyone tells me that. Everyone's like, "Oh, I'm so bad at pictures in every way," and I'm like, "It's not that bad."
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Not that bad is not the same as good though.
Yeah.
And I definitely do believe I'm that bad. Actually, I look at some of the pictures. I'm like, how I
Mm.
just anyway. So she is able. It seems like clearly she walks around the city or whatever. She's taking these pictures. I mean, clearly, not clearly. I'm assuming she's gotten better, even better over time,
Mm.
or maybe she's taken 1,000 pictures and then picking the right ones.
Yeah, that's also part of photography. That's
Mm,
also important.
yeah.
But which kind of photography does she do?
I I don't even know the names of these things, but like it seems like she walks by a tree and then takes a picture of it or
Yeah.
takes a picture of a building,
Mm.
but it always looks so professional.
Mm.
Like and
Yeah.
so do you think this is I mean someone's has to have an eye for subjects and an eye for composition
Perspectives. Yeah.
perspective
Hmm.
perspective. I heard of this.
I think the perspective is very important. Yeah. So you can. Um, I was watching a lot of videos also to show my students, and I think what I took out of this was that in the end, you don't want to create a picture that everyone could take. So if you're a tourist and you go to some famous monument, everyone stands in the same place, takes a picture, and the same picture evolves from every camera
Right,
out
right,
there.
right.
So the tips that I or the advice that I took from those videos to show my students was like just go around, take another perspective, find out where to stand, do something else than everyone else,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're just trying. I mean, yeah, and it's about taking many pictures and choosing the right one in the end. So
Okay.
you're doing a lot of mistakes in the beginning, and in the end, yeah, you have to choose the right ones, and that's how you learn what works and what doesn't work, and what makes a picture more interesting. So, and after a few years, then you know that from the start, so you won't have to take 200 pictures. You take 20, and one of them is great,
Hmm.
and the others are almost great. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's about
So
it.
okay, so this is all things that you can learn.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. And so are you saying that there's no talent involved in it? It's all technical or
No, it's not all technical because I'm not very technical, like in total.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's about experience, I think. I mean, I have to say that I was creative forever. Like when I was a child, I was also drawing and taking pictures, and so people said there was a talent in this, but I'm not sure. I was just interested in it, maybe, and so I was practicing for my whole life in a way,
Yeah,
visually. In a
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
same.
because actually I've started to have these kinds of realizations about myself, and what I'm doing with the what I've done with the music, because I don't know if I'm actually talented
Mm,
or if I just learned how to do something, because
yeah,
in a way I'm kind of a one trick pony. Like I you know, I know how to make a certain kind of feeling in the track, but if I
mm,
sometimes if I try to go outside of that feeling, it doesn't work, you know?
yeah.
And
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's just mm, I'm really not sure about the word talent, if that's something, but it's the interest. You have this interest in this, and you tried a lot, and you found out something that works.
mm,
The rest is chaos,
mm,
you know.
mm,
So it's just about finding some structure in the chaos
mm,
of all the interest that you have, and also you see or you um yeah, you see something. I mean, in your case, it's hearing something. Um, and you're finding out how it works
mhm,
and if it works and how people respond to this. So it's the same with pictures as well.
mhm,
I remember my drawing professor. He was like, "You have," he said, "we have to learn to see in a different way."
mm.
So that's what I basically try to do all the time. So you
Okay.
walk around and see things differently than before,
Mm.
just by being aware of it.
Okay. Okay. So so drawing, right? Like now I
Yeah.
okay, so with drawing, clearly when I look at some people's drawings, because of Instagram now you can see everyone's displaying their creations,
Hmm.
and then there's some people like, okay, you take Picasso or something, right? Clearly he wasn't a realist, or you know what I mean.
Hmm.
Picasso, yeah,
Surrealist.
surreal. He was a surrealist, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so now you can tell when someone is like, I'm gonna put the eye up here, and this eye is down here, and the mouth is all this, and the nose, you know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
looks so purposeful and
Okay.
correct, even though it's not what we see in nature or whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's people whose pictures look like this as well, but you can tell that, or you I don't want to say you can tell, I'm going to say you, it looks like they're trying to do something but they just can't get proportion right,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you know, anatomy is off, symmetry is strange, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Hmm.
um do you, is this something that, because now I'm thinking about this talent, if talent is actually a thing.
Hmm.
So, do you think as someone, if they wanted to do something with proper
Yeah.
perspective and composition and proportion, that they could learn how to do it eventually?
Yeah. Of course. I think the thing about Picasso was that he was breaking the rules on purpose, so he knew what he's doing, and the reason why those eyes were on different levels and the mouth was like this,
Mm,
he was using different perspectives in one image.
mm,
So it was kind of a composition.
mm,
And he got there by first of all learning how to draw properly, like the
mm,
real proportions. He was really good at this. He could draw in a really realistic way. So I was seeing an exhibition on this. And so the other people who are like not really getting the proportions, they just have to practice.
Ah,
So at
okay.
some point, and sometimes it's just about a change of perspective in your mind. So you try another technique or something, and then somehow it works.
Mm.
I think.
Okay, so you can,
I'd say.
huh?
I'd
You,
say. I said.
okay, okay. So you, so you're saying that you can, it would be helpful to learn the rules and then so that you know the rules to be able to break them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like one thing that I learned in my studies that everyone keeps saying, like in every kind of arts um, or creative environment. I don't know about music, I guess it's the same
Yeah,
because
well,
you
yeah.
have to know the rules, you have to know how it works, and then after that, you can add something that is like really different
Hmm.
because you know you're doing this for a reason.
Yeah.
I saw this in movies as well. I saw this movie. I love it. It's called Stay, and there are rules when you do camera work. You shouldn't. If two people are talking here, and the camera is just allowed to be in on half of the circle around the people. So if the camera, if there's a cut and you can see the camera from here,
Hmm.
the other cut can be from here. So it's very logical for the viewer because the heads are on the same side all the time.
Mm,
But this movie, Stay, it changed the perspective.
mm.
So they were switching all the time and it was really confusing, but they did that on purpose and it made perfectly sense. So
Mm.
they knew what they were doing and it was kind of a psychological thing in this case. So yeah,
Interesting. Is
you have
stay,
to
is it,
know
huh? I'm sorry.
you have to know the rules and you can break them and it really works if you know what you're doing.
Hmm. Okay. And so, okay, so are you doing this in your, are you doing this in your art?
um, yeah, maybe, but not really. Well, mm, that's a hard question
Right?
because, yeah, well, I think, yeah, by now. I mean, um, for example, if you take in the picture things that are from the surrounding, like the studio, and you take it in the picture so people can say, okay, it's a studio, there is a tripod, and it's in the picture as well. So that's kind of a rule breaker,
Hmm.
and you do that consciously. So yeah, yeah, I do that
Okay. All right.
sometimes.
See, now I got to go back and look and see if I can figure out what rules you're breaking.
Yeah, maybe.
Um,
But
okay.
first you need to learn the rules,
Yeah, yeah, I don't even know what the rules are. I could
so
just be
you
like,
won't really see it.
I'll be looking at it like, yo, there's a tripod in there. She didn't even, how's she not catch that? You know?
Yeah,
This girl was a photographer. She's got the tripod in there. Okay.
yeah.
Uh, okay. So, what about now? How do you expand this to your life? Do you learn the rules and then you break the rules in your life?
Wow.
Yeah.
uh, that's also a hard question.
Is it?